First one is the first panel, or one of the first panels that played was by Warner Brothers, and we got the much anticipated film Joker. Not going to pronounce the film name, but it'll be down below. You can see it in red. Stars Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga, and directed by Todd Phillips. It's due to come out on October 4th. Has been described as music is an essential part of the film, but the film itself is still very similar to the first and its roots. So, James, you've watched the trailer before this podcast for once as well. Kudos to you. Everyone give him a clap.
I always
What'd
do
you
that.
think of it?
It's just, I always watch it right before the podcast. But what I thought about the trailer, I was pretty unfazed by it. I know a lot of people loved it and, good for them and stuff like that. But, I mean, at least with the first Joker movie, I find that to be an obscenely, highly overrated movie. I think it's good. I think it's well made. But people act like it's, one of the greatest of all time. I mean, just go look at the IMDb Top 250. It's right up there in the top 100, I'm pretty sure, which I think is just ridiculous. You pair that with its, what was it, double-digit Oscar nominations?
Yeah.
Undeserving of that. It was, and it made $1 billion, which is fine, but it was clearly, taking a DC property, one of the most famous villains of all time, and putting him basically in an indie art house film. The way it was shot, the way it was paced, a real character study. And I thought that was good. I thought it was unique, and it's exactly what DC needed at that time. They really needed to refresh things up, and Joker really worked for them. So it doesn't surprise me at all that this one is more or less the same. So despite the fact that I thought the first one's overrated, and I still like it, it's just that with this one, I'm actually looking forward to it. And that is because of those interesting elements that we've been hearing about. When we heard it was going to be a musical, we're like, oh, whoa, what could this be? The fact that Joaquin Phoenix was so hesitant to sign on. I think he was offered $30+ million, and he still was deciding whether he should do it or not. So they've clearly got something compelling here. And the musical side of it makes it interesting. I have no idea what that's going to look like. Now we're getting, Harley Quinn coming into it, and I think Harley Quinn and Joker, that is going to be one of the most interesting comic book relationships in history. It's one that I've really wanted to see play out in live action, not the way that they did it in that Suicide Squad thing. And then they bring in Lady Gaga, not only to fulfill the role of Harley Quinn, but those musical elements as well. And I'm not saying Lady Gaga is an amazing actress, but I think she's really good when she's put in the right place. And this feels like one that could be right up her alley. I'm really excited. It honestly might be my most anticipated performance of the year. Just to see how that is going to look and feel, and if she can really stand her own against Joaquin Phoenix. Because what he did in the first movie, man, masterful performance. But the trailer itself, it's more or less just more Joker with Harley Quinn added into it. You don't really get much of a sense of the musical elements. You see some parts in there. At times it felt like La La Land, the lighting, the silhouette shots.
I had the same thoughts.
Yeah, and just the way they're dancing, and I'm like, I gotta say, it looks a lot better than the first one. It seems like they've really doubled down on that really, artistic cinematography with just, really, really great lighting. I'm super, super excited to see how the technical side's going to turn out. But this didn't really give me anything to make me more hyped for it. But it didn't give me anything less to make me less hyped for it, if that makes sense. So it's a good trailer. It just keeps me being excited for it. I think it was my 8th most anticipated, so it's deserving of that so far. What about you? Are you more excited for this one now? Because I don't think you didn't have it in your top 10.
No honourable mentions. I can't remember.
You had on your honourable mentions, yeah.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little bit excited now. I like how it's keeping the same tone. Mm-hmm. If not, it's going a little bit more darker as well. Yeah. And I really like the visual, the cinematography and stuff like that. I think one of the best ones we get at the end of the trailer is when someone, assume it's Harley Quinn, draws a little U on the glass, and then Joker slowly leans back and smiles, and it's just, So
That's
I thought
good.
that was really, really creative, and there's a lot of creative stuff as well, and you can clearly see that they're bringing the musical side of it. You know, that bird's eye view of Joker walking through the prison, and it's just like bright umbrellas. That's probably going to be a musical scene, and there's just a whole lot more, and I think the lighting is going to be fantastic in this film as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you pretty much covered a lot of what I was going to say. I definitely get that. I definitely get a lot of that La La Land vibes. I was thinking exactly the same thing as well.
Yeah.
When I was first watching the trailer, I sort of thought, I wonder if this entire movie is just going to be played out in Arthur Fleck's head. So he's imagining having this like relationship with Lady Gaga's, you know,
Harley Quinn.
girlfriend and Harley Quinn and stuff like that, but it's actually not real. I did get that thought.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess I have to wait and see if I'm right. Probably not. Probably far from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know how there are some shots there where you just get that sort of vibe, where it's just like, oh, is he imagining this or is it actually happening?
No, I don't know. I mean, question for you before we move on. Joaquin Phoenix, he won the Oscar for his performance. Can he do it again?
To be fair, did anyone really think he was going to win the Oscar before Joker released? So, yeah, same thoughts as well. I don't think anyone's going to think that he's going to win the Oscar again. But hey, it's Joaquin Phoenix. He's a talented actor, and I wouldn't put it past him. You know, back-to-back Joker performances, back-to-back Oscars. There's a story right there to be told.
Well, that might be if he was to win, man. That would probably be the first time someone's ever won Best Leading Actor for the same character. I can't think of any other examples.
Me neither, because usually it's just one and done sort of films.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll see what he can bring, though. I'm excited to see what he can take on here because it seems like it's going to be different. So, yeah.
You guys watching at home, do you think Joaquin Phoenix can go back to back as a Joker, take back to back golds as with the Oscars? Let us know down in the comments, and also let us know how you think or how you felt about that Joker 2 trailer.